Welcome back to more Rhubarb Yoga. So today we're going to look at lunges. No need to be frightened. Lunges are great for stretching our thighs, opening our hamstrings, activating our lower body, which is key in keeping us strong, stable, our mobility moving and our flexibility strong. So with lunges, it's key to make sure you're comfortable. Don't hyperextend. Don't overstretch, and don't think I have to make that shape. It doesn't matter. Everybody is different. Work with what you have. The more you do it, you might discover there's a little more space next time. But if there isn't, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means nature has given you what you have, and be happy with it. So with lunges, always have a couple of blocks, particularly if you're new to it. It gives you support, an aid of stability, and sometimes we don't even realise that we're not quite well and our stability will be affected, and that can give us a nod as to we need to take a little bit more care with slowing down, taking time, and making sure our foundation is strong before we do anything else. So with lunges, there is a major set of muscles that we activate, and not only muscles in the thigh and the glute, and we activate our hamstrings, but also there is a group of muscle called the psoas. The psoas muscle is ranging from our lower thoracic and our lower lumbar spine all the way through. It weaves down through the pelvis and connects to our femur, our leg bones. So ultimately it's a humongous muscle. And because it passes through key areas of the body, it affects our areas of the body without us realising. So we may be suffering from a little bit of back pain, and it could be our psoas needing some care. We could be constipated, not having a great day with our stomach, and that could be our psoas. As our psoas runs past our digestive tract, if our psoas is tight, contracted, not softened and prepared, might cause stomach pain, grinding, and this can also develop into other niggles and aches that we may not even associate with that. So before you think you've got a bad back, try and stretch your psoas out and see how much help it gives you. Lunges are also great for sciatic problems. I myself suffer from that quite often, particularly when the weather changes, if it's damp, very cold, and doing lunges is a great way of softening that area of the body that can be extremely uncomfortable. So making sure that we have our blocks and we take our time and we prepare ourselves helps us ease into those positions without causing further discomfort. So let's start in our all fours. We have a couple of start off places that we can move into our lunge. However, starting from an easy move off position is a great way of knowing how to get there first. So coming into our all fours, having our blocks ready where we need them, and our lunge, we're going to start with the right leg first. So we're just simply going to bring it up between our hands. Now our lunge can be that, nice and simple, okay? It can be ensuring our knee is above our ankle. Our shin bone is nice and straight, we're not splaying the leg to the side. We don't want to twist it in. And this is where the psoas muscle, the IT joints, and our sciatic nerves all come into play. So, making sure that our knee is over our ankle, we can then think about the back leg. If you struggle with knee issues and it's tender, turn over the mat, or get a blanket under the knee. Keep it comfortable. So bringing our blocks by our foot is the important part. So we can go into a low lunge, which is keeping the knee on the floor. And gradually, to build up your strength, that's the best way to start. So we can tuck the toes under and stretch that back leg out a little bit more, if it is good for you. If not, bring it closer and work with what is comfortable. So this is our low lunge, Anjali Asana. And this is where we start from. So we can simply stay on our blocks, breathe into the pose, allow the hips, the glutes, the psoas to soften, allowing the left thigh to open up and start expanding, and also we'll feel the groin growing as well. That will expand and stretch and release, which aids with hip tightness. So from this position of our low lunge, we can stay here and we can breathe leaning on our blocks, or if we feel stable, we can bring our hand to our knee and we can take our time. Another great reason for doing lunge is that it opens up the front part of the body. It releases the core, it opens up the heart space and our collarbones. Opening up the front of the body is beneficial to allow the oxygen to come in, our heart to open up and our chest to soften. It relaxes us, and it also brings us more confidence by allowing our body to be open and face the world. So, staying in our low lunge, we can come up, we can place our hands in our knees, we can also put our hands on our waist. And if you feel more comfortable, we can also raise our arms up. Now this does not have to be where you place your arms, you can keep them at the chest space, right in front of the heart. And if that is where you want to be, then be there and be comfortable. If not, raise the arms up and allow the body to sink as you breathe. However, whenever you are in any pose, please ensure the pelvis is facing forward. We all have our hip bones, and by keeping our hip bones flush, balanced, we're not hyperextending the pelvis, adding twist to the base of the spine, and adding more injury and uncomfortableness, which none of us want to experience. So let's get into the Anjaneyasana that we wish to be in, and be comfortable. Don't overbend. All we're doing is compacting the lower back. So by ensuring that our pelvis is level and our legs are strong and we have a balance, we can open up and we can expand. So that is our low lunge. We have a couple of other options. We can go into our high lunge or our crescent lunge. And that is a simple extension of the pose by raising the back leg up a little higher, tucking the back leg under and pushing through that rear heel like we're pushing against a wall. If that's uncomfortable, bend the knee a little bit, push back through and then raise up again. That takes the compression out of the lower back, keeps our pelvis flush and gives us strength in our thighs to keep us tall, to walk us forward and to be strong. We can raise our arms up once again. We can bring them to our heart space for focus. Or we can even keep them on the waist where we're comfortable. But please don't think this is where you have to be. So let's come back down. Now we have another couple of options. There is another version called runner's lunge. So I'm going to come to the other side and show you that choice. Runner's lunge is a slightly more extended version of a low lunge, where we come up a little higher, not quite crescent lunge, but we are grazing the mat with our fingertips. And this is a definite strength builder. We're pushing through that back leg, keeping it strong, keeping the pelvis focused and straight. If you want to know how to keep your pelvis straight, imagine you have a lemon squeezer. Bring the legs towards each other. So bring the right leg forward, the left leg, and just bring them in towards each other, towards the pelvis, like a little lemon squeezer. And you'll feel something switch on. That is your pelvic balance. And trust me, when you start doing that, you're going to know you've activated it, but it will give you strength in the core of your body. So this is our runner's lunge. If you want to experience it without overstretching yourself to begin with, hands under blocks, then you will definitely feel the activation through the back foot, the extension through that thigh, opening up, and you'll feel the psoas starting to expand from the space created right on the pelvis. So from that big stretch, we can look at another couple of moves. So, from here we have a runner's lunge, and then we can look into a twisted lunge. Again, keep a hand on a block, if that's good for you. So staying in our runner's lunge, we can twist to the side, place the hand on the waist, and you will feel the torso turn. We don't want to twist the pelvis, we don't want to twist the feet, we are twisting the upper torso. The twist comes from the body. So keeping that hand under the block, keep the hand on the thigh, and feel the chest turn. We don't want to turn any further, we're trying to keep that pelvis level. So apply the lemon squeezer, pull those legs towards each other, and twist. And if you feel that you've got it, raise the arm up if you want. You don't have to have that arm up. That arm can stay on the waist. And you might even feel that you can rotate that shoulder and open up that chest that little bit more. Expanding right into it. Okay, so let's swap legs and let's see how it looks like from the other side. So getting our feet in position, hands on blocks for steadiness and stability, on our toes, push through our back heel, grounding ourselves, and then we want to place our hand on the block, hand on the waist or thigh, keeping that balance of knee over ankle and not twisting out, trying to keep everything nice and level. Apply the lemon squeezer, bring the legs towards each other, hand on the waist or thigh, and rotate that chest. Feel the twist, opening at the front, expanding through the body, ground through the front foot to help your balance, and open up. Allow that to give expansion. And then we have one more choice. A slightly higher, stronger version of what we've just done without our blocks. So, moving the blocks out of the way, we're going to go into a crescent lunge that's twisted. So I'm going to show you it from the open side. So let's get into our crescent lunge. So crescent lunge is the higher version. So bringing our back foot down, grounding our toes, coming up and using our thigh, if that's what we wish, bending the back knee a little, dipping it down and then straightening it. We'll just relieve off the back leg, stopping the nerves at the base of the spine getting crunched. And then with our crescent lunge, we're going to twist it. So we're going to place a hand on the floor and we're going to open up the body. And we're going to expand. And this is a revolved crescent lunge. We're going to feel that opening all the way down. And you can come to the opposite side and do it in the opposite direction. Neither are wrong. Both give you a different twist. Both massage your belly and both massage your internal organs, giving you an incredible benefit to everything you need. So hopefully from that you understand lunges a little bit, and you can find something that's accessible for you. You haven't got any blocks at home, big books, and if you're balancing on them, even a tin will be absolutely fine, something stable and sturdy. With lunges you might feel a big opening in the front of the body, or you may not, but the opening will just give you the start of that sensation of what lunges, releasing large areas of muscle, opening the front of the body, and giving yourself twists and internal massages, and all the beneficial elements of that as well. When we do yoga, it's not making a shape, it's not just remembering to breathe, and it's not just staying in one position until we look like we're about to fall over. The beneficial aspects of yoga are so deep, from the breath that reoxygenates the heart and the lungs to improve their health, to the circulation of our body, to the strength and tone in our muscles that keep us strong, keep us flexible, and help us move smoother and easier through our day, which increases longevity, fights off our illness, helps with the circulation of blood in our lungs and our heart, helps us fight colds and coughs and bugs that we do not wish to catch and that we may catch. So by increasing your health even 5% and helping your breath, your heart, your body move that little bit more, we all become a little bit stronger and a little bit more well. Whatever you get from this today, I hope it serves you. Please be well. Please keep smiling. Have a lovely day.